The night sky over Earth's largest city, New York, is bathed in an eerie glow. A new chapter in the galaxy's history is about to unfold. The massive Kronti warship, a looming dark mass that fills the sky, hovers above the city. The Zyphar, an elite alien race, are descending from their ships, prepared to crush the human resistance once and for all. They believe Earth's humans are weak, primitive, and unable to put up any real fight. They couldn't be more wrong. The Zyphar have been studying Earth for months. Their intelligence has reported that humans have no advanced weapons to resist them, no way to stop their invasion. The Zyphar have conquered dozens of planets before, each one falling under their superior technology. But Earth is different. The Zyphar underestimated one thing, the spirit of humanity. The Zyphar deploy their first wave of drones, sleek mechanical creatures armed with advanced weapons, expecting to clear the path for the ground forces. But something feels wrong. The drone sensors flicker as if they can't get a clear read of the city's environment. Commander Jackson stands with his team of resistance fighters, watching from the shadows of a ruined skyscraper. He is a man who has seen the worst of humanity's struggle but remains unbroken. The mission is simple: stop the Zyphar forces from advancing and buy enough time for civilians to evacuate. But Jackson knows this won't be easy. He turns to EVA, the AI that has guided them through countless battles. EVA is no ordinary AI, she has been embedded in a cloak of human ingenuity. Her abilities range from cloaking technology that hides them from alien sensors, to creating weapons from the resources left in the ruins of human cities. "We're ready, Commander," EVA's voice crackles through Jackson's earpiece. "I've disrupted the drone sensors. They won't see us coming." Jackson nods. The game has changed. The Zyphar may be technologically advanced, but they don't understand Earth's environment or the humans who call it home. As the Zyphar's drones begin to scatter across the city, scanning for resistance fighters, Jackson and his soldiers move like ghosts through the flooded streets. Water is now their ally. The city has been battered by constant storms in the wake of the invasion, turning it into a labyrinth of submerged buildings, flooded roads, and ruined homes. Jackson's team is ready. They move through the ruins silently, their bodies hidden under cloaks that bend the light around them. EVA guides them with pinpoint precision, showing them the perfect path to strike. The Zyphar drones hover just above the surface of the water, unaware that the resistance is already closing in. The humans use the water's reflective surface as a mirror, hiding in plain sight. The Zyphar may have the technological advantage, but they don't know the city like the humans do. Without warning, Jackson signals his team. They spring into action. Lieutenant Harris fires a high-powered water rifle, the blast sending a shockwave through the water, disrupting the Zyphar drone's sensor systems. The alien machine stutters, confused. Sergeant Elena takes advantage of the distraction, launching a water-based grenade that explodes in a burst of compressed liquid energy. The drone falls into the flooded streets, disabled. The Zyphar are disoriented. They never expected Earth's resistance to fight like this. Humans are resourceful, and their ability to adapt to any environment is proving to be a deadly weapon. The drones try to regroup, but it's already too late. The humans strike from multiple angles, using the water to create traps and blind spots. The drones are too slow, and the humans are too fast. In the midst of the battle, Bonner, a veteran soldier, charges forward. His movements are quick, calculated, and fearless. Bonner has seen the worst of war, and he knows what's at stake. He signals Jackson and the others to hold their position. He has a plan, one that might cost him his life. "There's a Zyphar command ship in the vicinity," Bonner says, his voice steady. "If I can take it out, it'll cripple their control over the drones. It's the only way we'll have a chance." Jackson hesitates. "Bonner, no. It's too dangerous." Bonner looks back at him, a steely determination in his eyes. "It's the only way, Jax. I'm already in position. Without waiting for a response, Bonner breaks from cover. He dives into the water, disappearing beneath the surface. The Zyphar drones are distracted by the other resistance fighters, and they fail to notice the danger swimming toward them. Bonner is using the water as a shield, moving silently beneath the surface. He's made his way toward the command ship, a massive floating structure hovering just above the waterline. The ship is heavily armored, but its underside is vulnerable. Bonner reaches a submerged hatch and begins planting explosive charges. Back on the surface, Jackson's team continues to hold off the remaining drones. They know Bonner is doing something dangerous, but they don't know exactly what. Jackson's heart is in his throat as he waits for the signal. Suddenly, there's a deafening explosion. The Zyphar command ship shudders and starts to sink. The explosion tears through the ship's hull, sending shockwaves through the water. The drones go silent, their signals lost. The Zyphar on the ground begin to panic, their coordination lost without the ship to lead them. But Bonner doesn't surface. Jackson's heart sinks as he realizes the truth: Bonner didn't make it out. The explosion was too powerful, and the command ship's destruction came at a cost. Jackson's voice cracks through his comms, but it's not in anger, it's in sorrow. "You did good, Bonner. We won't forget you." The remaining resistance fighters, fueled by Bonner's sacrifice, fight harder. They push the Zyphar forces back, using the chaos of the attack to slip away into the deeper parts of the city. As they retreat to regroup, the sound of distant explosions continues, signaling the beginning of the real battle. The humans have taken the first step in this war. The Zyphar are stunned, confused, and beginning to lose control. The invasion, they thought, would be over in a day. Instead, it's just the beginning. Jackson looks over his team. They've lost a friend, but they've gained something far more valuable: a chance to win. The fight is far from over, but for the first time, the humans have shown they can strike back. In the darkness, as the team regroups, Jackson feels a surge of hope. The Zyphar may have technology, but they'll never understand what it means to fight for your home, your people, your very existence. The humans are ready to make the aliens realize that they are not just another species to be crushed, they are a force to be reckoned with. As the first wave of the invasion fades, one thing is certain: Earth's resistance is just getting started. The sound of distant explosions reverberates through the city, a constant reminder that Earth is at war. Since the unexpected defeat of the Zyphar forces in the first wave of the invasion, the alien attackers have regrouped, furious at their failure to subdue humanity. Commander Jackson and his team may have won a small victory, but they know the real battle is just beginning. The Zyphar, along with the mysterious Kronti, their masters, are not going to back down. In fact, they are about to escalate their attacks. It starts with orbital bombardment. Massive ships, far above the Earth's atmosphere, launch devastating energy pulses down onto the planet's surface. The first strike hits New York, followed by Los Angeles, Tokyo, and countless other major cities. The alien ships are equipped with weapons so advanced, they can wipe out entire blocks in a single strike. The sky above the cities lights up with fiery explosions, as buildings collapse into rubble, sending plumes of smoke into the air. Jackson watches from a rooftop, his eyes fixed on the horizon as the city below him burns. His heart aches for the civilians caught in the blast, but there's no time for mourning, not yet. The fight for Earth is far from over. Jackson turns to his team, who are still processing the events of the first wave. Sergeant Elena is already checking her weapon, while Lieutenant Harris is scanning the horizon, looking for any sign of movement. "We can't let them get away with this," Jackson says, his voice steady despite the anger building inside him. "We're going to hit them where it hurts." EVA, their AI companion, speaks up through their comms. "I've detected unusual energy signatures beneath the city's surface. It could be a vital weak spot. I'll mark the coordinates for you." Jackson nods, rallying his troops. "Let's move. It's time to turn the tide." The humans may not have the alien technology that the Zyphar and Kronti possess, but they have something far more powerful: ingenuity. As the war intensifies, Earth's resistance fights back with everything they have. They use the terrain to their advantage, launching surprise counterattacks from flooded streets, submerged buildings, and ruined city blocks. The humans deploy water turbine-powered drones, which can operate both above and below the surface of the water. These drones are fast and agile, able to launch quick strikes at alien forces while staying out of sight. They use the water's natural cover, staying cloaked beneath the surface, and strike when the alien forces least expect it. The Zyphar, who are still trying to comprehend humanity's tactics, have no idea how to counter these water-based strikes. In the flooded streets of New York, cloaked underwater fighters, human soldiers equipped with advanced, water-resistant armor, move swiftly between the submerged ruins. They're trained to fight in a flooded environment, using it to their advantage. The Zyphar drones can't detect the humans until it's too late. A sudden burst of energy rips through the water, and an enemy drone is destroyed. The resistance is gaining ground. But the Kronti are not ones to give up easily. They are the true masters of this invasion, and they have been watching the humans' every move. The Kronti's command center, located deep in the heart of their flagship, sends out new orders to the Zyphar forces. They have decided to unleash their most powerful weapon yet. From the depths of space comes the Omega Blade, a towering, AI-controlled robot capable of leveling entire continents with its devastating energy blasts. The Omega Blade is equipped with a weapon so powerful, it can slice through any defense and wipe out human cities in seconds. The Kronti are confident that the Omega Blade will crush the human resistance once and for all. But they underestimate the power of human determination. As the Omega Blade descends toward Earth, the humans are thrown into chaos. The sheer power of the robot is unlike anything they've faced before. It moves across the ground with terrifying speed, its massive sword carving through entire military units. The resistance fights back, but their weapons are no match for the Omega Blade's armor. Jackson watches as one of the drones he had deployed is destroyed in an instant by the Omega Blade's energy blast. His mind races. The humans have no way of defeating this robot, not without something drastic. But then, EVA speaks again, breaking through the chaos in his comms. "I found something. A relic. Deep beneath Earth's oceans. It's an ancient alien weapon, something far beyond anything the Kronti or Zyphar possess. It could give us the edge we need." Jackson feels a surge of hope. This could be their chance. But the journey to the relic will be dangerous. The oceans are filled with Zyphar patrols, and getting to the relic means taking on the full force of the alien invaders. Jackson knows what needs to be done. "We'll make it happen," Jackson says, determination hardening his voice. "Prepare the team for an underwater assault. We're going to find that weapon." As Jackson and his team begin their descent toward the ocean floor, the memory of Bonner's sacrifice echoes in their hearts. Bonner's death has fueled the fire within them. He gave his life so the team could live, and now they must honor his memory by pushing forward. The team dives deep beneath the surface, moving through the vast, dark ocean. Their suits are equipped with cloaking technology, keeping them hidden from any alien sensors. They maneuver between giant underwater structures, ancient ruins that once belonged to a long-forgotten civilization. EVA guides them, her voice calm and reassuring as she directs them toward the coordinates of the relic. Meanwhile, above the surface, the Omega Blade continues its rampage. The Kronti watch in satisfaction as their weapon tears through the remaining human forces. But even they can feel the tides of war shifting. The humans are resilient, and they are learning quickly. The Omega Blade may be powerful, but the humans are determined. The Kronti's overconfidence may prove to be their greatest mistake. The human team reaches the site of the ancient weapon. Deep within a sunken city, surrounded by ancient ruins, lies a relic of immense power. The weapon hums with energy, pulsing in the dark, like a heartbeat from a forgotten time. EVA analyzes the relic, her systems working in overdrive to determine its purpose. "This is it," EVA says, her voice full of awe. "This weapon could turn the tide in our favor. But we need to get it to the surface." Jackson looks at his team, who are weary from the constant fighting, but their spirits remain unbroken. "We don't have much time. We need to move now." As they secure the relic, the sound of the Omega Blade's approach can be heard from miles away. It's coming for them. The human team must now race against time to escape the alien forces and return the relic to the surface. The fate of Earth rests on their shoulders. Back on the surface, the battle intensifies. The resistance has lost more ground, but they are not ready to give up. Jackson's leadership has inspired them to keep fighting, to keep pushing back. And with the relic now in their possession, the humans may finally have a weapon capable of stopping the Omega Blade and the Kronti forces for good. The sky above Earth is a chaotic storm of destruction. After the initial shock of their defeat, the alien forces quickly regroup and escalate their assault on humanity. The Zyphar, along with their cruel masters, the Kronti, now recognize the humans as a serious threat. This is no longer a one-sided invasion. The humans have proven that they can fight back, and the alien forces are determined to crush that hope once and for all. As night falls over New York, the first signs of the Zyphar's retaliation become apparent. The once majestic skyline is now a landscape of crumbled buildings and glowing fires. Alien warships hover high above the city, far beyond the reach of human weapons. Without warning, they begin orbital bombardment. Massive pulses of energy slam down from the ships, obliterating entire city blocks in seconds. The streets erupt in fire, and buildings disintegrate as if they were made of paper. The humans, however, are not without their own resilience. Despite the overwhelming devastation, Commander Jackson and his team, alongside the rest of the resistance, continue to fight with determination. They may not have the advanced weapons of the Zyphar, but they have something the aliens can never fully understand: ingenuity. Jackson watches the destruction from the shadows, his heart heavy, but his mind focused. "They think they've won," he mutters, eyes scanning the battlefield. "They think they can break us." Behind him, EVA, the AI companion that has been with the resistance from the start, offers a sharp analysis. "The orbital bombardment is causing significant damage, Commander, but their ground forces are still scattered. It's not over yet. We can still strike back." Jackson nods. "We hit them fast. Use the water to our advantage." The humans may be reeling from the devastation, but they still have a powerful weapon at their disposal: water. Earth's cities are drowning in the aftermath of alien bombardment, and the humans have learned to fight in this environment. Water turbine-powered drones are humanity's unexpected counter to the alien onslaught. These drones are equipped to operate both above and beneath the water, allowing them to maneuver through flooded urban landscapes and launch surprise attacks on the Zyphar. As the Zyphar forces advance through the streets, the human resistance strikes. The drones move quickly beneath the water's surface, invisible to the alien sensors. They launch strikes on unsuspecting alien troops, using the very floods that the Zyphar thought would slow humanity down as a powerful weapon. In one daring attack, Lieutenant Harris sends a water-powered drone flying towards a group of Zyphar soldiers. It erupts from the depths, striking with a high-powered pulse that disables the aliens' communication systems. The Zyphar soldiers scatter in confusion, unable to comprehend the new tactic. Meanwhile, Sergeant Elena and the rest of the human soldiers use cloaked underwater fighters to move quickly through submerged streets and tunnels. Their suits are designed to withstand the intense pressure of the deep and protect them from alien detection. The alien forces are blinded by their inability to adapt to this new environment, and the humans exploit every weakness, striking when the Zyphar least expect it. Even as the resistance begins to gain ground, the Kronti grow impatient. The Kronti are an ancient and merciless race, and they cannot tolerate failure. They demand immediate victory. For them, the invasion of Earth should have been easy, an automatic victory. They are not accustomed to a race like humanity, which refuses to accept defeat. In response to the growing resistance, the Kronti deploy their most powerful weapon, the Omega Blade. The Omega Blade is a massive, AI-controlled robot capable of wiping out entire continents with its devastating energy weapons. Standing over 100 feet tall, with a sword that can slice through any material, the Omega Blade is a living nightmare. Its armor is impenetrable, and its weaponry is so powerful that it can obliterate an entire city in a single swing. The Omega Blade is unleashed upon Earth's surface, and the sight of it sends waves of terror through the human resistance. It stomps through the shattered streets, cutting down anything in its path. Its energy blades slice through buildings like a hot knife through butter, and its AI-controlled systems easily pick off human soldiers. Jackson watches from a distance as the Omega Blade crushes an entire battalion of his men. He clenches his fists. This is a weapon unlike any the humans have ever faced before. How can they possibly fight something so powerful? How can they win when faced with such overwhelming odds? We need to fight smarter, not harder, Jackson says through clenched teeth. We can't beat that thing head-on. EVA, find a way to outsmart it. EVA processes the situation in mere seconds. I've detected an energy signature deep beneath the city. It's old, likely alien in origin. It could be a weapon capable of taking down the Omega Blade. It's our best shot. Jackson nods, a new sense of purpose filling him. We move out immediately. Harris, Elena, prepare the team. We've got a long swim ahead of us. The human team begins their descent into the depths of the city. The area EVA indicated is a forgotten part of the old underground subway systems, now flooded with water from the ongoing battles. It is a treacherous and dangerous path, but it is their only hope. If there's even a chance that the relic they seek could give them the power to defeat the Omega Blade, they have to take it. As they dive deeper into the dark, flooded tunnels, the memory of Bonner's sacrifice fuels them. Bonner, the brave soldier who gave his life in the earlier battle to destroy a Zyphar command ship, is never far from their thoughts. His death was not in vain. His selflessness gave them a chance to survive, and now it is up to them to honor his legacy. While the resistance makes its way through the tunnels, the Omega Blade continues its rampage above. The ground shakes as it moves, leveling entire sections of the city. The Kronti, watching from their flagship in orbit, are confident of their victory. The humans are broken. They have no chance against the Omega Blade, and the Kronti know it. But they haven't accounted for one thing, humanity's ability to adapt. The human team reaches the location where the alien relic is hidden, deep in the ruins of an ancient city beneath the sea. The relic is an ancient alien weapon, radiating with energy from a time long before the Zyphar or Kronti ever existed. Its power is immense, and its purpose is unclear, but it is the only thing that could possibly stand against the Omega Blade. EVA scans the weapon and confirms its potential. This weapon could turn the tide of the war. But we need to bring it to the surface, and we don't have much time before the Omega Blade reaches us. The pressure is mounting. Jackson knows they can't afford to wait. With the Omega Blade coming closer, the team begins to move the relic toward the surface, the water growing colder and darker around them. The tension is palpable, every moment feels like it could be their last. Back above the surface, the fight rages on. The resistance soldiers are tired and beaten, but their spirits are unbroken. Jackson's leadership continues to inspire them. The humans may be outmatched, but they are not yet out of the fight. As the Omega Blade approaches the human stronghold, Jackson's team races against time, carrying the alien weapon that may be the only thing capable of stopping it. The fate of Earth rests on their shoulders.